Well, welcome to Race Country Cottage, Thai house build, week 35 and 36 update, and the end of our build. We're moving in today and tomorrow into the house, so we'll be in by Christmas. So this is the last video in the build series because it's all built, nothing else to show. The last 2 weeks have been, finalizing electricity and water into the house and plumbing hooked up, defects correction, and some decorating, some furniture arrival. So this week's update involves showing you what we've been up to over the last 2 weeks. And then at the end, there's a bit of a video tour of the outside and inside of the house as it stands now before we move in. So I won't be doing any more videos this year. Next year, probably in January, happy to do an update on what the final cost to build the house was. We're just talking to our builder today on the final variations. And then there's some fencing, driveway and gates to finish off, and then obviously the landscaping of the house. So thanks for joining the video every week and following along on the build and all the adventures we've had. It's been a great run. Been happy with the build, happy with the results, happy with the builder. Always challenges no matter who you use, but really happy with the results through our young builder. So thanks again for following the videos every week and listening to me drone on. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and cheers to everybody. Thanks for joining us. Cheers, bye. So the sun is setting on our Thai house build after 8 months of construction. We're finally done. And I'm really glad to see it completed and move in and live a normal life. So just a few shots of the house. We had to leave the electricity on overnight, all the lights for a test. So this is what the place looked like as the sun was setting. It's bright and well lit up, as you can see. Happy with all the lights we put around. Not sure we'll need them all, but they're there if we need them. And just a shot of the house from the air, and you can see this drone picture shows the fencing and the house situated. So we put some gravel trim, as you recall, around the edge of the house between the sidewalk and the house. So instead of having a sidewalk all the way, so that's what it looks like. I think it finishes it off nicely and is a bit of a contrast. Then we had the breeze block wall we were working on before. That got completed. It's a metal frame with the breeze blocks, and they're tied to the columns all the way around, so it's a nice solid wall. Painted up the same color as the house and black trim. Then we had the carport floor tiled. This is the tile we picked. It's black and with gray swirls in it. The builder picked another tiler, not the one that did the house, because he was busy working on plumbing that. So took him about 3 days to tile the floor. This is it, about 3/4 done, and then that was the finished floor. It had the finished look to the carport, I think. Then it was time for some plumbing works. Our tiler was doing the plumbing. The toilet waste pipe was not located correctly in the cement floor, so they had to put an elbow and move it, probably about 10 centimeters closer to the wall, so the toilet sat against the wall. Here it is. In the pipe, the elbow that moves it, it's cemented in. And this is the toilet flange that goes over that pipe and connects into the toilet. And there's two connectors on the floor to bolt the toilet down. Here he's just checking the water levels, or checking the water, that it's all working and the toilet's level on the floor. Making sure everything's functioning correctly. Can report that it all was functioning correctly. So happy with that result. And so there were 3 toilets to install. They all needed to be moved, and That's the utility room toilet. Utility room with the sink in to be installed. Plumber then was doing the sinks and connecting the plumbing underneath all the sinks in the house, finishing off the bathrooms in terms of fixtures and everything. We had to move the hot water heaters in the showers. They were located too close to the shower head. So he took the tiles out, moved the power over, and then retiled the wall. He wouldn't know. Here he's working on the kitchen sink, doing the drains underneath. That's the sink completed. That's the stove and hood, all looking very good. And here he's just in the guest bathroom doing installation of various fixtures, doing the plumbing, making sure the water's working correctly, which it seemed to be going well. And our young builder, he was testing out all the showers to make sure the water was running correctly. So you can see the water heater on the right moved over away from the shower itself for safety reasons. And he's just playing with the taps and the water, making sure everything is going well. Cleaning the dust off as well as he goes. So really happy with the results, look great. Then it was on to the internet and Wi-Fi for the house. So all the rooms were cabled with an internet cable. The builder brought in an electrician here to finish off the ends of all the Cat 6 cabling, have the plug-ins in the walls, special plug-ins in the walls, and back to a splitter in this box installed up on the wall in the utility room. So AS fiber will come in here, it will then split, be sent through the splitter and sent to the rooms. So easy to connect. And here he's just working on the Cat 6 cable, and that's the little plug-ins for in the rooms. Then it was onto the Cowboy fence. You can see the view, the fence is getting up and around the house, nearing completion. So they're working on the side and the back of the property. We're putting in a mesh fence. So the front two sides are the Cowboy fence with mesh, and the back is just a mesh fence because it just abuts Ace's relatives' property and some more of our property at the back that was not being fenced for now. And then they were working here just beside the driveway, a little bit of fencing. This will be a gate at the back so we can access the other part of the property. And then they were working on the driveway columns to the fence, put up brick columns and then render them, as you can see here in this picture. Ready for the driveway to be poured and the gates. Then it was on to water connections. So 2,000 liter tank, 250 water pump, should look after us fairly well. So the tank arrived, and then there was work to get it all connected, and there was some drama with that. So you'll see in a minute. So the builder is getting all the various connections. So I had to get the water feed from the town into the tank, and then from the tank into the pump room, and from the pump room out around the house to the various inputs to the toilets and kitchen sink. So here he's just working on putting the blue piping together, a bit of a spaghetti network of inputs and outputs connecting to pipes around the house. That's the finished product. Bypass, automatic bypass in the middle. It's rather late, so they end up having a few beers and filling up the dirt where they'd done all the blue piping. However, the next morning, the tank was leaking. So they had to empty the tank, 2,000 liters of water, down the drain, so to speak, and before they could fill up before they could fix the leaks and refill the tank. So they found out the drain in the storage room wasn't connected, so they had to make a new connection to the soakaways, which meant the sidewalk had to be raised. So some of the work going on there. And then they put the input from the tank to the pump as well on the sidewalk, and then they framed it up to re-pour concrete over these pipes. Then it was inside working on the pump, getting that to work. So that seemed to go fairly smoothly without any leaks or problems. Then there was some drama with some water pipes in the utility room toilet. Couldn't work it out, so they decided to re-pipe, tear the tiles off, cut out the wall and re-pipe, and then re-tile. Then our friendly Provincial Electricity Authority came along and put in our new digital meter, electricity meter. Showed up and put it on their PA pole on the other side of the road. This is it here, and they had pre-connected wires to our house, so our house wires were connected into this box and it was all hooked up with PA. Then it was time for air conditioning. So the boys that had installed the piping in the house were back now to hook up the compressors on the wall for the bedrooms and compressor for the cassette unit and the kitchen unit. So here they're just installing the compressor up on the wall. Piping comes through the ceiling, and that's the 3 compressors for the 3 rooms. That was the hatch to get up into the ceiling, do their work. Here they're working on the hooking up the compressor for the cassette unit in the lounge dining room. That took a bit of a time to get all that done. Here they're hooking up the kitchen air conditioning unit on the wall. We put a unit in the kitchen because it's west facing in the summer. It may be very, very hot, so we'll see. It's a very basic unit, but help cool it down if necessary. Then that is on to hooking up the units inside in the bedrooms. These are smart Wi-Fi units, so we'll see how that goes. It was onto the floor electrical plug in the combined lounge dining. So we needed a plug here for speaker system and potentially light at the end of the couch. They didn't put the box down at the time, so they had to kind of DIY it, but it all worked out. Then AIS arrived to hook up the internet. So 540 meters from their closest node. So when you buy a plan with them, they give 500 meters for free, so we had to pay for 40. It cost 600 baht. We get a 2 mesh Wi-Fi 6 routers and a AIS play box as well with that. So here they made it to our house, hooking up to the pole, and then we had the internet connection run underground, so he's just connecting their run to our cable, AIS cable that we got at the time to run underground to the house. So we've got this special unit that they have to splice these cables together. I've never seen them do this before, so it was interesting to watch, see how this thing works. Then he was on to the inside to do similar, to hook up the cable to the router. Then we were on to CCTV. They came to hook up the system. They had pre-wired it before when the house was being built. Now we're in, it's time to install all the cameras. So I think we've got a total of 13 cameras around the house, outside and inside. Covers everything, I think, fairly well. Hopefully a good deterrent to any would-be criminals that want to come and help themselves. Anyway, I think that cost us about 70,000 baht to have this installed. And the system is all hooked up in this box and with the app on her phone. Then it was time for the workers' camp to be removed. The workers had stayed here during the build for eight months. A variety of different people stayed here. But it was all done, so down it came to be moved and used at another build site nearby. It was good to see that down because that was a good signal that things are coming to an end. So they had poured a fair amount of concrete around when they had built their camp, so that was all ripped up to clear the land back to what it was. And we agreed that we could dig a pit and bury it because we were going to fill this portion of land up, and it was going to be a roadway, a driveway down to the back gate of the property. And then it was deep clean time. Post-construction, everything's filthy from dust and debris from people working. So there was a team of 4 that arrived, and they spent 3 days at the house, actually, cleaning it from the ceilings to the walls to the floors to the windows. We experienced in this last week a variety of furniture. There's an outdoor setting in case we barbecue. This was a TV stand we ordered from the wild, came from Bangkok. It's metal and wood, extremely heavy. We had one guy on the drive the truck to bring it, so we had to call for some reinforcements to unload it and carry it into the house.
Center on the wall.
Something I'd seen for a while and was keen to get this. I thought it was going to match our kind of country cottage loft style. As I say, wood and steel, kind of a funky design, in my view. Sliding steel doors in the middle and kind of 2 drawers on each side. And there you get a view of it here.
Cool.
Then it was Tai Watsadu's turn to bring outdoor table for the back balcony setting. Wood top, some black chairs, got off Lazada, and then late one evening, truck from Chiang Mai arrived with our outdoor couch and chairs for the back balcony to relax, look at the sunset, afternoon tea. And then we also had a bed set arrive from King Furniture in Sakon Nakhon. The boys set it all up, put it together, and ready for the mattress to arrive on Monday when we actually moved. Then it was time for drapery and blinds to be installed. So we bought our drapes and blinds from a local curtain shop in That Phanom. I'm really happy with their service. They arrived with everything pre-made, ready to install. So it took them 3/4 of the day, I suppose, to install all the curtains and blinds around the house, on the balcony, in the kitchen. Very neat and tidy work. Anybody looking for curtain recommendations in this part of the world, happy to share their details and message me. That's the finished bedroom. Then they installed kind of a Venetian wood blind on the kitchen window because we've got west-facing sun, so late in the afternoon can get pretty bright in there. That's what it looks like. Then installed these blinds on the back porch that faces west as well for sun. Then it was on to putting a couple large red paperback trees at the front of the yard just to frame the house ahead of the next year's landscaping projects. It'll take longer. So we bought these trees from a place kind of between here and Mukdahan. And this gentleman and his wife, they've been selling these trees for years. They arrived and they hand dig out the hole for the tree to go in. It's about 70 centimeters down only. Use the crane on the back of the truck to hoist the tree into position. Three-quarters of the tree is in the hole, and there's maybe, as I say, a quarter kind of sits above ground for the tree to breathe, I'm told. Then it was just some final dirt works and land sculpting just to fill in where the workers' camp had been and other storage areas. I'd end up in some drama with the truck getting stuck. The fencing guys have been doing a lot of concrete work, and they used this area where the water had drained to, and so when the truck went in, it kind of got mired. But through persistence, he managed to get it out and keep delivering dirt. Amazing to see these guys at work to get it out. And then once all the dirt had been delivered, I think we got 25 trucks, used the tractor with the blade on the front to do the leveling. So the ground's level and nice slight slope down to the back gate. So here we are at the front of the house. Let's walk around and just look at some of the outside finishes. Looking quite nice. We're going to have a housewarming on the 30th of December, so just a few plants around to make things look good. This is the side porch. This is the fencing team. They're working on the front gate of the house. This is our breeze block wall. That's the entrance to the kitchen, side entrance to the kitchen. This is the carport and the storage room. This is one of the neighborhood dogs taking up residence in the carport. And then we go out to the back where we've got a sink and an area to cook. That's my partner Ace. And an area to sit if we're barbecuing outside. This is where the water tank and the septic tanks are. And in the back of the property, it's all been fenced. Then we move around to the back porch. Got some blinds up now for the afternoon sun. Keep them out of keep the sun out of our faces when we're up here on the porch. This is the back porch. Nice area to sit and eat, especially in the evening when the sun's going down. Very lovely views. And then the side of the house, and we'll wander around back to the front door. A lot of landscaping to do, but that's a project for 2025 and 2026 and probably forever, or as long as I live. So happy with the result. Just parking here temporarily. So let's go inside and see what's in. Go inside, in through the double front doors, into the lounge and dining area. Curtains are up. TV units there. Just waiting for the rest of the furniture. Some of it's moving tomorrow on Monday, and we're waiting for delivery of some things as well. So combined lounge dining, some pictures to go up on the wall from Australia and Chiang Mai. And we go through to, the curtains are all up as you can see, the kitchen. So kitchen's finished, blind at the end. That was the door out to the rear porch. And this takes us to the utility room. Electricals and storage and just a half bath. And CCTV and internet and Wi-Fi box. So we'll go down to the bedrooms. Curtains, we're really happy with the curtains. The company is from That Phanom. Did an excellent job. It's about 45,000 all up for all the curtains in the house and some blinds outside. So down to the office, TV room. Air cons are all in and working. This is the spare room for guests, Ace's relatives. Be a Buddha room, Buddha corner over there as well. So, aircon in the ceiling. We have drainage, so the connection is up through the ceiling out to the units outside on the wall. And just the spare bathroom, guest bathroom, all finished, all functioning, all the plumbing works. Had to move the heater and the shower unit. Happy with that result. And then into the master bedroom. Delivery of furniture the other day. So on Monday when we move, all the rest of it, along with the mattress and other things, will be here. Curtains into the walk-in closet. And the master bathroom. So everything's nicely finished, everything's working correctly, so really happy with the result. So that's it for the build series of Race Country Cottage. Won't be doing any videos until perhaps the new year, and it'll be really about kind of landscaping and finishing the fence and bits and pieces around the outside of the house. So if you're interested in any of that, obviously stay tuned, but that'll be in the new year. So we then took our builder out for lunch on Saturday and thanked him for everything he'd done. So I'll leave you with that. There's a few photos of the house in the evening, followed by drone images of the house. Thank you all for watching the series. Hope it was worthwhile. I've enjoyed it. Look forward to retirement. Cheers.